Hey everybody, what's up? 609 Collector here doing a video. This time it is a video of the Sideshow 1/6 scale Magneto. Alright, now I had this I got this through Sideshow's website, of course. What it doesn't show on the box is that this is the exclusive version. Normally you have like the sticker with the S on there. But quick look at the box. You see Magneto. You see the X-Men symbol. You see the Marvel symbol. On the top it says Marvel. On the bottom it says Marvel. Not much to look at on the sides. It's just a picture from the front rolling through. And the back is a picture of Magneto. Sideshow.com. Little barcode. All their information. Call us toll free. Yada yada yada. Now this is the shoebox style. So if you open it, the figure's already out of there because I already took it out. One cool thing that they've been doing with some of their boxes, I know Thor was like this, you get really cool comic book artwork put on here. This is from X-Men #1. This is when they relaunched the X-Men in the early 90s. This is issue 1. This was a big fold-out cover. You could also get, and the inside was a poster and the outside was a poster. And this is Magneto, and the red you see here is actually from Cyclops off to the side blasting. It was Cyclops and Wolverine, which is convenient because those are actually the figures you're going to be getting soon. You're getting Magneto, then you're getting yellow, you're getting Tiger Stripe Wolverine. The accessory is the Bone Claws, debating. And then you get Cyclops, and the Sideshow exclusive accessory is a little bit of a wisp of energy coming out of the visor. Pretty cool. So on the top, X-Men #2. I think this is the portrait that inspired the second head sculpt, the missing mask. Close-up of Magneto there. Again, this is also from the X-Men #1 fold-out poster. On the inside, you get some artwork. You see Magneto up there, being Magneto. A couple different artists here. Some classic looking Magneto there. Some more Magneto badassery, and then some more Jim Lee artwork here, and some old school stuff. Since the box is already open, it's because I already had the figure out. So I'm going to put Magneto here. I'm going to try and angle this so that everything can be seen. Right now, I guess we're looking at the stand first. The stand is this. I don't really know what this is. It's just a black and white thing. I don't know. I'm not even familiar with that scene at all. It's probably some comic book reference thing, but I don't know. Magneto comes with a unique flight stand that you get with some figures. Batman, Superman have come with this. Now what this is it is a kind of flight stand. This opens up and you can pinch the figure. I'm not a huge fan of it because it's very, very tight. So I feel like it can pinch onto the costume, especially if you use this on a figure with the any kind of soft, like silicone or soft rubber body parts. But one cool thing is you can use that in this to put in, in like a vertical flight pose. But also this stand doubles as a simple crotch grabber. If you took that piece out and put it in here, you could have a crotch grabber, or you can take that out. You have this in there. Still get the flight thing, but much lower. This helped once I had something displayed in the DTOF like that. Didn't take up nearly as much space. But again, that's however you want to display your Magneto. Actually, let's put this in here. Real quick, we're going to go over some of the other accessories with Magneto. He's going to come with 2 fisted hands on there. And then you're going to get your extra hands. Kind of an opening gesture hand as if he's beckoning something or lifting something. With his mind. You get one of these for the left and right. They're pretty much identical, which are weird little pinky fingers. And you get these. So this is more like, that's the first hand, more like you're gracefully lifting something. This is maybe you're extracting some force on it. Magneto could be crushing something, which is kind of cool. You're going to go through the lift, squeeze, crush kind of motion because Magneto's not one for punching. You get another hand, but I'm going to show that later. And then right in the tray with the body, you also get the unmasked head, which is very nice. I like this. There's one color. It looks like just one color going on in the hair, and it's kind of wispy and blown off to the side, which is okay. You know, but if you use this head, there's always a wind blowing from his right. So if he's ever inside, you know, there better be an open window. Very nice. Not flat. Not a crazy amount of paint detail going on, but enough. You got his blue eyes showing under there. So this is a very nice portrait. I like this. Can be used easily enough. I'll put that off to the side. And then we'll get to the main meat and potatoes of this figure. So with this, our classic Magneto here. There's two accessories I'm going to show. One being this hand, which you get because this hand has somewhat of a levitating effect with it. This wisp of smoke, or well, it's not really smoke, but that wisp right there plugs in to his accessories to show him levitating one of two accessories. The first accessory is a spare helmet, and I've seen in a review they were like, yeah, it's not the same helmet because the hole in the center there is in a different place, but this is supposed to just peg on right here. So if you had unmasked Magneto, he could be looking on his helmet, you know, and levitating his helmet. So if you had the unmasked head sculpt, actually, I'm gonna pop that on there so I can take a look at the other head. See how easily I can do this. Be careful with the loose strands of hair, the locks. Don't want to mess them up. And that's not on there yet. Position ball peg in the center. There we go. Went on there nice and sturdy. So yeah, no, it actually looks really good. That windswept hair off to the side. Okay. So in here, the peg is centered, but on this one, the peg is centered. So they're, to me, to my eye, right away, they're pretty much identical masks. I don't know if this one looks a little bit wider here, around here, and maybe on the dome up top. Yeah, it could just be me imagining it because I want it to be wider. But I don't think I'm that crazy. And both masks, I believe, fit on this head. So that's one mask on the head. Grip carefully. Other mask fits on there as well. So both masks fit on the head. There's really, you know, to my eye, no difference. All right, so I'll put those off to the side. Very carefully slide them off, and we'll look at this head sculpt. So this head is the head that wears the helmet. So of course he's got no need for hair. Really no need for ears, and no pupils, whites of his eyes, serious expression, and a little bit of paint going on. Nice details here. Some wrinkles on the side of the jaw, which he also has up here. So I like this head. I like both heads. So very good for the helmeted head when he's in the mask, or when he's in his helmet, not a mask. But I think they're two very good portraits. And the body is kind of thin. That's something you run into with a lot of Sideshow figures. Some are thin, some are big, but like that, they're old school Batman, really beefy, but that's like the biggest one you're gonna get. The other accessory you're gonna get is from the exclusive figure. Now, this is a little bit more solid than the other mask. This one's not meant to be worn. This one is meant to be levitated, as you'd seen. on the levitation hand accessory. And this is Cerebro with the broken wires here. This is kind of, oh, wow, it's actually a bendy wire. That's pretty cool. Those are soft and pliable there, so that kind of moves around a little bit. These might actually be real wires. That's kind of cool. But this is plastic. Now, the thing that was weird to me is these here. These are actually not plastic, or it's like a plastic over some kind of, I guess, bendy wire. So they just feel really fragile to me. I'm like, I want to be extra careful. Now, I guess you could, if you had a Patrick Stewart or whatever, or a bald head, and you wanted to sit this on there, you could totally put this on a figure and make it look like it's Cerebro. This peg hole in the top isn't huge, so I don't really see it being too much in the way. It's like a 1/4 of an inch, if that. So you could put that on a head and have a Professor X figure custom and or whatever you wanted to do. All right, so that's it for the accessories. Pretty decent accessories. Pretty much what you need for Magneto. Real quick, I'm going to go through the costume now. You saw how the head was attached. Sideshow figures are always going to be like a head on a separate neck joint, or a separate neck. It's never like the head to the neck in one piece like you get with some Hot Toys figures, which is nice because it gives you range of motion at the top of the neck and at the base of the neck where it attaches into the body. So that's always nice. Let's angle this camera up just a touch. So you're gonna always get a decent range of motion there. This piece here is a hard plastic, and it feels like it might be plugged in around here at the chest. I'm not sure, but that might be a thing if you were going to, I don't know, put this on a different body if you wanted to. Don't know why you would, wink wink, but if you did, you could. The costume stops here. All right, and it's sewn across, stitched down the side. It is solid through the back. No line work there. It's actually stitched down the side and then across here. I came across this with like when I first took apart classic Mezco Spider-Man, and that is hidden well by the belt, so you can't see the stitch lines, and the costume looks nice and clean. That's very cool. You get these line work, these lines going down here. It looks much better in person than I thought from the promo pics. It doesn't really bother me, and it's nice that they actually travel down through the underwear and come out through the legs. Gives it some more character than if it was just flat red. So I actually do like it, having it in hand and looking at it. Now this is on here nice and tight. This does not move around, but it does lead out into the cape, which is very nice. And this cape has bendy wire, not just one on each side, but you get one here at the pleats and one in the center. They're kind of thin wires, but you have to finagle with them. But if you put the time in, you could probably get a really nice pose out of those. There's some vein work here. You can see a vein sculpted into Magneto's arm right there. Same on the other side. Some musculature here. His pecs. You can see some abdominal muscles for him. I think this is the same. This feels like the same body that you got with Punisher, so it's probably thin. I don't know, maybe it's a little bit broader here in the shoulders, which is nice. But this torso section looks like Punisher. I wish it was a little bit bigger, you know, especially in the chest. Magneto's always depicted as kind of jacked for an old dude, but whatever. So the arm can come out that much. You get decent range of motion. The bicep doesn't have a swivel joint in the upper bicep. You get a joint, a single jointed elbow there, and you get the side-to-side swivel for articulation. This is a loose piece. You can see that there's a metallic purple there that matches the collar and the belts, and there's that hint on the front of the boots on the shin guard, which is nice. But then there's the purple here that matches the flat of the glove, and then kind of the back of the gloves have a little something going on with here. And there's a little bit more detail in their gloves. So there's some nice stuff going on with Magneto. Everything's not just plain and flat. All right, and then you get your typical wrist that rotate and allow for all different kinds of motion. So that's very good. Again, the belt is free floating, which is good. Goes over the tights, these undies, which goes over the red jumpsuit, which goes over his junk. So the belt just sits down there. It's kind of high. If I played with it, I could probably tuck it into the underwear a little bit, but before it gets to the wider part of the upper thighs and the hips, that's about as low as it can go. So that's it for Magneto. Doesn't look as... looks okay. Camera, I guess it doesn't look very bad either. But again, kind of a narrow body for him. Alright, then you break off into the thighs. But before that, you have a cut here, and I can feel it. So you can get upper rotation up there for Magneto. You can go back and all that. And you also have the lower torso, which rotates right where it goes into the hip. And then you get your ratchet joints there for the hips. Yeah. So freezes there, freezes out there. It can hold a position. A little upper thigh rotation. Some tight knees. They give me about that much bend. A little squeakiness. Just be careful. You don't want to pinch any parts of the costume, so just go slow as you're moving things about. More of that pattern. Back is a little on the plain side. Like where the front has a little bit more detail, the back not so much, although the line work does go down the booty butt of the trunks, down the side of the thighs. You get to the boots. Again, the shin guard is that metallic purple that's going to match the gauntlets, the belts, the collar. So this does appear in a few places, makes it nice. Then the boots are this purple, same the kind of muted purple as the gloves. But then you have some stuff going over here in the boots. Little black action going on there, and that's kind of the same black as behind the gloves. So some consistency throughout the costume. The boots are 2 pieces. You don't get crazy rotation, but you get enough that you can point the feet downward when you want to have him in somewhat of a flying pose. Doesn't have to be crazy, but you know, this is Magneto, so he likes to levitate a lot. So you can have those feet pointed down, which is very nice touch. I wish all Sideshow's figures had cut boots. Oh wait, they all pretty much do, except for you, Punisher. So that's pretty good. Figure stands on his own just fine, no problems. Like I said, maybe a little thin. Let's take a quick look at this belt though. You have this opening here on the bottom, and then it's just a pretty much solid repeating pattern all the way through. You know, that's pretty much Magneto there for you in a nutshell. A good figure. If you planned on getting, I think this one is sold out. Yeah, I got lucky. I did this one in installments. I got it. I wasn't so sold on that Joker. I still have the classic Joker, and I love it. I didn't get the new one, although the laughing head was really dope, but I'm glad I grabbed this exclusive, because I definitely think this one is worth it. I may grab the Wolverine exclusive, because I have the classic Wolverine, and then more Masa Blade is the exclusive piece I really, really wish I would have grabbed. But yeah, I do want the Cyclops, and I do want the Tiger Stripe Wolverine. I think they would be very good to all have together. But this is a nice figure. I don't regret buying it at all. I'm glad I have it. I think it's really nice. When, you know, moving out of the apartment, the condo, whatever the hell I live in, and going back to the old house. But if I do set up a display, I think it would be very nice. I think you could get a very nice display going on with Magneto. I even have the old tan Wolverine. Might do something with that for now until the other 2 figures get released. And then there's tons of other third-party X-Men out there. But, you know, this is very good because you don't have many X-Men villains. So this is very good for your display. I like it. I dig it. I just like this, even this pose right here, I just think it's very nice. So, you know, I mean, if you were on the fence about getting it, get it. Again, I like this accessory. If you missed out, then it's rough. I feel for you. I definitely think this was one of the times the accessory was worth it. The alternate head comes standard with no matter which one you get, so you're not missing out on that. You're just missing out on the Cerebro. But, good pickup. Good figure. Glad I got it. I don't regret it. I don't think I regret any of my Sideshow purchases, but I definitely really like this one. So that's just, again, really nice. This is the kind of figure where you can have him on top of your DTOF or on that top shelf, or if your DTOF is elevated, this guy can be somewhere at eye level or above, and you could probably work a really good display around him. And people are just going to see it and be like, man, that looks really freaking nice. And you're like, you're damn right it does. So worth it? Yeah. I'm definitely glad I picked this up. And I'm excited. This excites me for the other X-Men, and I hope we get more X-Men. I hope you see something like, what would be nice a Sideshow to do? They'd probably go with more X-Men, but it'd be nice to see a female one. I'd love to see Rogue. God, I'd love a Jim Lee Rogue. I'd jump on that. You'd probably get a Jean Grey before you got a Rogue, but it'd be nice to get. You get a lot of the same figures from Sideshow and Mezco these days, so 1,000 Wolverine figures. Mezco did a Wolverine. Mezco did like 3 versions of Cyclops. But I'd really like to see some more X-Men in a 1/6 scale. It would be nice for a good display. I like Sideshow's comic book stuff that they do, except for Punisher's boots. So yeah, I totally want to see more. So I'm gonna like and subscribe to this one. Click. But that's it for me. I'm gonna put this one back in the box. I'm gonna put this box in the other box. I'm gonna tape that box up and get ready to move out. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you were on the fence, I hope this kind of helps you make a decision as to whether or not you want to grab this figure. And if you do, I hope you enjoy it. All right, please like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one.